Today in the battle arena, we've got two of the most iconic superhero teams in all of comics going head to head. The Justice League taking on the X-Men. Who comes out on top? Well, let's find out.
Hear the music.
I could do this all day.
The Justice League is a team comprised of the premier heroes of the DC universe. For this fight, we'll be using arguably the core members of the league. We've got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, and Martian Manhunter. Superman is arguably the most powerful hero on the team, and possibly on Earth. He's strong enough to defeat Doomsday in battle against Darkseid, and has even managed to move the Earth and destroy moons with his attacks. Clark is also durable enough to take attacks from villains like Despero and Mongol. He's able to move at faster than the speed of light. Then, as if that wasn't enough, he's also got heat vision as hot as the sun and freeze breath. While Batman doesn't have any superhuman abilities, he's actually one of the team's most powerful members and the chief strategist. Bruce is in peak physical condition, is a master in 127 different forms of martial arts, and always carries on an extensive arsenal. He's an unparalleled tactician who was able to coordinate strategies and lead the team to defeat both Terminus and Amazo, who had acquired all the powers of the League. Wonder Woman has superhuman strength on par with Superman and Shazam, is incredibly fast and durable, and according to Batman, is the greatest melee fighter on the planet. On top of that, Wonder Woman has also been gifted with an indestructible lasso, a magical sword that can cut on the molecular level, and bracelets that are capable of deflecting Darkseid's Omega beams. Flash is the fastest superhero in the world, and is hundreds of times faster than the speed of light. His connection to the Speed Force also grants him increased durability, the ability to throw lightning, steal an opponent's speed, and deliver the infinite mass punch. Green Lantern has the ability to create anything with his power ring, although Hal tends to favor more simple constructs. The ring can also fire beams of energy, create force fields, create portals to other worlds, control temperatures, absorb powers, and open up pocket dimensions. Aquaman has superhuman strength, speed, durability, and endurance. Well, not quite on the same level as Clark and Diana. Arthur is also an exceptional fighter, as he's been trained with the Atlantean army, and is especially skilled with his trident. And his trident has even been able to injure Darkseid and take out his eye. Then, finally, we've got Martian Manhunter. John has many of the same powers as Superman. He's got superhuman strength, speed, and durability, along with his Martian vision and Martian breath. Then John also is able to shapeshift into anything that he wants, and is a very, very powerful telepath. So as we get in one corner, DC's premier superhero team, the Justice League. But now entering the ring, everyone's favorite mutants, the X-Men. The X-Men are a superhero team of mutants founded by Professor Charles Xavier. They're dedicated to helping fellow mutants and sworn to protect a world that fears and hates them. For this fight, we're going to have an X-Men team of Cyclops, Jean Grey, not Phoenix, she would be able to beat the League by herself, Wolverine, Unstoppable Colossus, Storm, Iceman, and believe it or not, Magneto. So quite the team. They'll also know all about how powerful the Justice League is, so they'll be using their powers all out if they have to. Now let's talk a little bit about what that means for all of them. Cyclops' Optic Blast, our signature weapon, have been able to temporarily hold back an injured World War Hulk and Juggernaut. He's insanely accurate with them, being able to ricochet blast all over the place, and it's even been said he can destroy a small planet. Jean Grey is one of the most powerful telepaths in the Marvel Universe, and she's even been able to affect Juggernaut through his mystical helmet, which is supposed to have been impossible. Then for telekinetic powers, well, she's actually strong enough to stop punches from Abomination or protect herself from blasts from Binary. Wolverine is the ultimate living weapon. With his healing factor, well, he's capable of taking punches from World War Hulk, Juggernaut, and hits from Thor with Mjolnir. Logan has also got a set of adamantium claws, which are capable of essentially cutting through anything, being able to injure Thor, Hulk, Mangog, and Thanos. Colossus is being organic steel, and when empowered by Sidorak, well, he becomes the unstoppable Colossus. In this form, Colossus has the powers of Juggernaut, but on an even higher level. Pietro is actually beaten in an amped version of Juggernaut, and once he gets moving in one direction, he truly is unstoppable. Storm has the mutant ability to control all forms of weather, and she's able to create blasts of lightning powerful enough to injure Silver Surfer, winds strong enough to stop a tsunami. She can flash freeze opponents, and even manipulate the air inside an opponent's body. Iceman is powerful enough to knock Juggernaut back with a beam of ice, create ice constructs and battle against the Red Hulk, drop things down to absolute zero, and he technically can't be killed, since he always reforms. Then finally, Magneto can lift hundreds of thousands of tons, use magnetism to restrain both Red Hulk and Hercules, create shields that are capable of blocking blows from Thor, amp himself with the gravitational fields of multiple planets, and he's even able to manipulate the electricity and magnetism inside an opponent's body. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, this is a fight between two of the most iconic superhero teams out there. But so often, whenever this fight is proposed, it just seems like an instant stomp and victory for the Justice League. And to be fair, I can kind of see why. The X-Men are a great and iconic team, but so many of their key members, Cyclops, Wolverine, or Rogue, are lower tier than the Justice League's key members, Superman, Wonder Woman, or Green Lantern. But hopefully this roster makes for a more even fight, but still keeps true to the nature of the X-Men, isn't just a bunch of random mutants no one has heard of. So with all that being said, who's coming out on top here? Well, I think that really depends upon who fights against who. Now the way I see it, we got three different levels here. Low tier, mid tier, and high tier characters. Batman, Cyclops, and Wolverine are arguably low tier street level characters. But you could make a convincing argument that all three of them are capable of punching above their weight class here. I mean, Batman has regularly fought against powerful superhumans. He's famously fought against Superman on several occasions, and even defeated several powerful white Martians by himself. Wolverine has consistently fought against the Hulk, nearly killed the Thing, and injured Thor. And even Cyclops used Optic Blast to push back against both World War Hulk and Juggernaut. Batman has the potential to take down not just Cyclops and Wolverine, but also people like Storm or Jean Grey, if he's able to get in a lucky sneak attack. I've actually argued before that Wolverine can beat Aquaman, and even Cyclops could give Arthur a good fight if he uses some strategy and keeps a distance. With mid-tier, well, it's Storm and Iceman for the X-Men, and possibly Aquaman, Magneto, or Jean Grey, but really, at their absolute best, those are more high-tier characters. Now, even though Storm and Iceman might not be as powerful as someone like Superman or Martian Manhunter, that doesn't mean they're not going to be important to the fight. These two could actually be real problematic for the League. For instance, Storm has created a lightning blast powerful enough to injure Silver Surfer. She's able to create wind that was called the kind of primal storm that sculpted the face of the planet. She's frozen Colossus solid in the blink of an eye, and Storm is even capable of scrambling an opponent's brain with electricity, shorting out the synapses in someone's brain. Even if the Justice League were able to survive those attacks, that level of power would definitely cause them to take notice of her. Then with Iceman, well, he's actually managed to encase both Hulk and Thing in ice, frozen them solid. He's also knocked back both Juggernaut and Phoenix Force Cyclops with his Ice Blast. He's able to create giant ice constructs to battle against living mutant islands, created a group of Icemen to battle against Red Hulk, and is even able to reform his body if parts of him are destroyed. Just like Storm, the Justice League are going to be forced to reckon with Iceman. But then we get to the more high-tier characters. That's where things really begin to swing in the Justice League's favor. Now, the X-Men have some high-tier characters on their roster. Their muscle and the heavy brute for the team has got to be Unstoppable Colossus. I mean, this version of Colossus actually has a stronger connection to Sidorak than Juggernaut himself. And Colossus has proven this by being able to beat Juggernaut. And Kane Marco was even amped at that moment as well. And if we just slightly scale Colossus off of Juggernaut, well, he's as strong as Hercules, Hulk, and Thor, and is durable enough to take pretty much every attack and keep on charging and keep on moving. Even powerful attacks like Hulk's strongest punches or Thor's God Blast. Unstoppable Colossus is definitely on par with people like Superman, Wonder Woman, or Martian Manhunter in terms of strength, and could give any one of them a run for their money in a real good fight. Magneto is one of the most powerful members that the X-Men have, as before he became more heroic, Eric actually battled against both the X-Men and the Avengers by himself on multiple occasions. He's crashed a 170-ton tower on top of Iron Man, restrained Hercules and Red Hulk, and created magnetic shields to block Blossom Phoenix, Thor, Hercules, Cosmic Spider-Man, a nuclear explosion, and a weapon that was designed to punch through a planet. He's defeated the Avengers by reversing their blood flow, and has plenty of other abilities too, like manipulating light, firing energy blast, manipulating electricity, flying, manipulating the Earth's magnetic fields, and he'll often throw metal projectiles or even throw people into orbit. Then there's Jean Grey. She's one of the most powerful telepaths on Earth, and is a mega level telepath. Is able to instantly put people to sleep, knock them out, read minds, place people under illusions, make them see things that aren't really there, and our psychic raptors are actually powerful enough to appear on a mental and a physical level, and because of that, no shield can stop it. But even with all those people, and all that power on the X-Men side, the Justice League is still going to be a lot to handle. Possibly too much to handle. For starters, the X-Men have some flaws and exploitable weaknesses. For instance, with Colossus, well, Pietro isn't like Kane. He isn't willing to go all out. He has his limits. And even though he has the potential to beat Wonder Man or Superman, Colossus actually limits himself when he begins to approach his more demonic form, and has even sometimes voluntarily taken himself out of a fight so that he doesn't reach that level of power. And then even though Iceman and Magneto can restrain big powerhouses, that's really just a temporary thing, as Eric's metal and Bobby's ice has been broken through on plenty of occasions. And that's not even talking about all the power that the Justice League has on their side. Batman will be able to battle on essentially equal footing with either Cyclops or Wolverine. That's really the only quote-unquote weak guy that they have on their team. That's even if you could call Batman weak. But from there, Aquaman has enough power to fight against Storm or Iceman and come out on top. He can even brawl with Unstoppable Colossus. Superman and Wonder Woman can easily beat Storm or Iceman and beat Colossus, or at the very least, push him to a point where he doesn't want to fight anymore. Green Lantern has enough power and versatility to go up against Magneto, and at the end of the day, Green Light of Willpower is stronger than Metal. As soon as Jean Grey starts unleashing telepathic attacks, Martian Manhunter is going to go in there and fight with her. And man, that's a fight I would love to see. Both of them are some of the most powerful telepaths in their respective universes, and they can hold each other off for a long time. But the problem is, Jean has got to worry about John on the mental level. At the same time, worry about people like Superman or Flash on the physical level. And we haven't even touched on the Flash yet. No one is going to be able to match his speed. And he's got both the speed and the power to battle against a lot of the X-Men and take them down. End of the day, I think the X-Men can surprise the League with their power. But I don't actually think the team is powerful enough to straight up beat the DC heroes. Some of them will last a long while, like Magneto, Colossus, Wolverine, or Iceman. But the Justice League is just too powerful here. Really, it's kinda insane just how powerful and stacked the League are with their core members. I mean, when you've got Superman, Martian Manhunter, Flash, and Wonder Woman all on one team, where you can beat most anybody that comes your way. And that's what's happening here. The Justice League wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button, and turn on notifications to join the Fanco army. And I'll see you next time.